Hi everyone, I'm Astro Coach Amy. Welcome to my show, The Divine GPS Navigator. And today we're going to be talking about the new moon in the fire sign of Sagittarius, which occurs early Monday morning, about 2:02 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And what's special this month is there are 4 planets in the fire sign of Sagittarius. Besides the sun and moon, there's Saturn and Pluto. And there is also a T-square in the heavens, which is a polarity where we're being asked to integrate some of those different energies. And the Jupiter will be, and Mars are in the air sign of Libra. And there is that polarity energy with the North Node in the water sign of Cancer and the South Node in the earth sign of Capricorn. So what all this Astro talk means is with these planets in Sag during this new moon, it is very much about spiritual awakening, about freedom, about being able to release some old restrictive beliefs that you might have. And this T-square is about learning how to integrate the relationships you may have personally, professionally, as well as out in the community, and how to really integrate that with your purpose here in the world. Now, the good news is the new moon is really the time of inspiration. It's the time of planting seeds for those new intentions for the new cycle to come. And of course, we're also planting seeds for that new year of 2018 as well. Now, this is going to be a little stronger energy because there is, as we know, so much fire and air going on. So you'll certainly feel the energy this weekend, even if it is in kind of a subtle way. So I want to encourage you to definitely take some time for reflection, however you might do that, through meditation or a walk or other practices. And it's time for inspiration. So if you can attend a cultural event or perhaps an uplifting workshop, and also spend some time in nature if you can. I know I even went off and hugged a tree before I did the video, and that was just so comforting. Of course, depending on your own weather, depending on where you're living. But I think all these things will make a huge difference because that reflection time may really inspire you, and you may get some tremendous guidance that you can use for this new cycle ahead. Now, in addition, I'd like to encourage you to consider a new way of gift giving, although it might be too late for some of you. But why not consider volunteering a little bit of your time or energy? Or perhaps you could donate some money or even some materials you don't need anymore, because there have been so many natural disasters and difficult things happen this year around the world. There's many, I'm sure, organizations and people that would appreciate a helping hand as well. Now, because it is the new moon, I'd like to talk a little more about astrology in that this is the time when the sun begins its new cycle, which of course this time is about Sagittarius. And even if you weren't born with your sun in the sign of Sagittarius, you may have some other energy in your chart related to Sag, and this could be a terrific time to learn how to best use these next 30 days. Now, Sagittarius is considered the 9th sign of the zodiac, and its symbol is the archer. It really is all about freedom, freedom to express, freedom to move, and Sagittarians generally tend to be charismatic people who are quite positive and optimistic, and they can be very passionate as well. Now, what can be challenging for a Sagittarian is that they have so many ideas that sometimes people can't keep up with them because they are so creative and positive. And they tend to be very direct communicators. And some people have a little trouble with this. So those are just some things that Sagittarians are well known for. Now, as far as career, people that have strong Sagittarius really do like to use their knowledge. They like to inspire. And they're also really great communicators. So fields as diverse as publishing, importing, exporting, even interpreting. Also, people that work with animals, whether it's a trainer, pet sitter, even a dog walker. People that might be in sales and marketing. Of course, people in the performing arts, teaching, and definitely consulting. Now, what I'd like to do today is share with you some really famous people who are Sagittarians, who I think exemplify some of these very interesting skills and talents. And the first one is Steven Spielberg, who of course is, as we know, a renowned. He's director, he's been a screenwriter, a producer. And Steven's also considered one of the pioneers that really created the new Hollywood era. And also another one of my personal heroes is Hayao, I hope I say it right, Miyazaki, who's a renowned Japanese filmmaker, producer, screenwriter. Actresses such as Mary Tyler Moore, who did just pass away, and Diane Keaton, as well as Jane Fonda, who is both an actress and a political activist. Former President Woodrow Wilson, and Paramahansa Yogananda, who is from India, who helped introduce yoga to the Western world. Sagittarians are definitely not all about they're not about work and career all the time. They definitely tend to be passionate about their relationships. They like to have fun and adventure with their loved ones, and they tend to really be expressive and open to have new experiences. Often once they find their soulmate, they can be really devoted and loyal. But what's really important, I know if you're a Sagittarius, is you do want someone who's intellectual and bright, who's an excellent communicator, as well as someone who's sensitive. Because for you, it's important to have a best friend and a lover. Now, as I mentioned, it's a very busy time on the planet. We do have our winter solstice coming up December 22nd, which of course is the birth of the light. It's the shortest day of the year, so it also seems like the darkest. That our dear communicating planet Mercury, which hopefully is becoming our good friend, is still in a retrograde motion till the 22nd of this month. So again, I want to encourage you to continue using flexibility and being open. And when your schedule gets changed, keep decluttering. I know that's helped me so much recently. Completing projects that are lingering, as well as completing those conversations personally and financially, because there may be some old resentments, and definitely want to clear those out this month. Now, there are 5 mutable planets in the heavens right now, and there are no actual large Earth planets. So it's really more of a time to share ideas and listen to one another and accept that things are still in process. They will definitely, of course, things are going to feel a lot smoother after the 23rd. By then, of course, Mercury will be direct. But also with all these mutable planets, things are going to start to materialize, especially as the Sun and Venus move into Capricorn in mid-January. And then Mercury will follow close behind later in the month of January. It's a busy time. Please stay connected to your divine source. And by all means, keep your heart open so you have a wonderful attitude of gratitude. And let's celebrate. You've made so many wonderful changes this year. Celebrate your progress. I wish you a happy, healthy holiday season. I'm Astro Coach Amy. Thanks for joining me on the Divine GPS Navigator.